Welcome to SKML Chess Academy. In the last video, we have seen how to play against gambits, and also we have seen the King's Gambit accepted. Now here we will see in this video King's Gambit decline. The most important branch here is the Falkbeer counter gambit d5. When e4, e5, f4 is played, here d5 will be played, which is designed to turn the tables and secure an attack for black at the expense of a pawn. E4, e5 to f4. Actually, opinion of the Falkbeer has been varied widely, and Spielman has actually uh, wrote an article from the sick bed of. But here, after the normal e, but if white plays after d5, if it white captures this pawn, it's a mistake. It's a great mistake. Queen h4 check, g3, queen into e4 check is a typical trap. So white should be careful, not capturing the wrong pawn. So after d5, you should take e into d5. Then he plays e4. Black plays e4. The strength of the black's game rests entirely on his pawn at e4. Consequently, d3 is natural. Now here, if black tries to regain material, he slips into inferior position. If he plays queen into d5, for example, queen into e5, queen e2, knight f6, knight c3, bishop b4, bishop d2, bishop into c3, bishop into c3, bishop g4, d into e4, queen into e4, queen into e4, knight into e4, bishop into g7, etc. So black must play a true gambit with the fourth move after e4, e5, knight f4, d5. This is natural for the black. Then he will push this pawn here, e4. Then consequently d3 will be played. It is also natural. But here instead of queen into d5, instead of capturing the material back, black should play knight f6. He holds. If white tries to hang on to his material, he will only have equality at best. But if he disregards material and concentrates on getting his pieces out quickly, he will get the better of it. The ideal realization of this plan is 5 knight d2. Instead of capturing this pawn, you should play knight d2. It's an excellent. Here, when 5 e3, knight c4, knight into d5, knight into e3, knight into f4, g3, knight g6, bishop g2, bishop d6. So turn knight f3 leaves white with a clear superiority in the center. The strength of knight d2 lies chiefly in the fact that this knight cannot be pinned. So if you develop your knight to c3, it can be pinned. But if you develop your knight to d2, it cannot be pinned. So this also you have to learn this idea so that you will push simply c3. which in nowadays most of the time you can see this in the London games, D4 lines. The other main line of the Gambit declined is after E4, E5 to F4, D5. Instead of D5, this is a Falkbeer Gambit. Either this King's Gambit declined, you can see Bishop C5. It's made possibly by the fact that the tempting F into E5, allowing a devastating check, Queen into H4. So it should be remembered that the common to D6 gives black a cramped position and an inferior center for no good reason. After Bishop C5, the normal development sequence is Knight F3, D6, Knight C3, Knight F6, Bishop C4, Knight C6, D3. Then on Bishop G4, on 6th, Bishop G4, to break the white's king position, 7 will be played H3. Bishop into F3, Queen into F3, Knight D4, attacking the Queen. Queen will come to G3, Knight into C2 check, Queen D1, King D1, Knight into A1, Queen into G7, gives white a winning attack. Instead, however, black can take the sting out of the white setup uh, because instead of Bishop G4 on the 6th move, he can play Bishop E6. Here, D3. After here, he played Bishop G4, but instead he will play Bishop E6. So, which neutralizes the critical diagonal. This A2, F7 diagonal is neutralized. After 7, Bishop B5, A6, Bishop into C6, check, B into C6, Queen E2, E into F4 is advisable. When white gets a strong pawn center, but that consideration is of minor importance because black pieces are well placed. As in Vienna game, on F5 at any stage, black should react by preparing a break in the center with D5. So this is the one. This is the one black should remember. And instead of simple development, white may react to try to force a strong pawn center at an early stage with C3. That means after Bishop C5, here Bishop C3, C5, Knight F3, D6, C3 can be played. Black, however, may take advantage of the opportunity and initiate a counterattack for F5 with good effect. On other moves, white is apt to secure too strong a pawn center. So, in King's Gambit declined can be done by E4, E5, F4, D5. Another line which we have seen is in King's Gambit declined, develop your Bishop C5, then after some time play D6, and on the 6th move, Bishop instead of Bishop develop to G4, you put your bishop in the A2 F7 square to neutralize the C4 bishop. So this is the one. Bishop G5 is the another idea, and so these two are the Lines, these are the lines. And playing d5, immediately on the second move, you are entering into the Falkbeer counter gambit. You may find some of the videos on YouTube about Falkbeer counter gambit. But if you are playing as a white, don't take from f into e5, take e into d5. That's all in this video. Thank you very much. Wish you all a happy and prosperous new year. And with that, we finished the King's Gambit and King's accepted and declined. Now, next video, we will be seeing the Danish Gambit. Thank you very much for your patience.